shape the environment to its advantage. Vigilance is rewarded when there is a corresponding ability to act faster than rivals, once the ambiguities of a weak signal of a threat or opportunity are resolved. In this realm, we'll employ the latest insights about design thinking, including fail-fast experiments and investing flexibly using strategic options. Such options are small enough bets that a firm can unwind them if necessary while still learning enough to stake out market positions or build new capabilities. Creating an ambidextrous organization that supports both innovation and the optimization of current models is another crucial ingredient. Vigilance means sensing, probing, and interpreting weak signals from both inside and outside the organization. Highly publicized internal breaches, such as the Wells Fargo account manipulation scandal, and the revelation that numerous Japanese firms didn't follow their quality standards, have created shockwaves in boardrooms. These firms, and many others, have been damaged by scandals that could and should have been foreseen. All have paid a high price, with fines and legal costs being just the tip of the iceberg. The larger costs come from managers being distracted by the crisis, as well as collateral damage to a brand, the morale of a company's employees, the hesitation of new partners and customers, and the burden of greater regulatory oversight. One certainty about vigilance is the pivotal role of the leadership team in preparing and aligning the organization to see sooner and act faster. Modeling such vigilance is a collective skill set most evident in its absence. The words no board or investor ever wants to hear about an organization's leaders are they ignored the warning signs or they missed the boat. Boards don't expect prescience, but they do rightly rely on the leadership team to see and act on early warning signs of trouble or opportunity. Through a diagnostic survey that we use during our client engagements, we've learned a great deal about what sets a vigilant leadership team apart. This diagnostic tool is in Appendix A of this book. We use the data collected from 118 firms around the globe to test and validate our approach to building a vigilant organization. Looking forward, attention is one of the scarcest resources of any organization and is quickly depleted in a digital environment spewing out huge amounts of background noise. Yet these same digital technologies can also help us to manage information overload by separating signal from noise and steering attention to where it's most needed. Data mining, predictive analytics, knowledge management, scenario planning, and neural nets, to name a few, help to filter signals and highlight those posing a real or imminent risk. Organizations can likewise leverage crowdsourcing technologies, open innovation platforms, and tighter links with network partners to identify new customer requirements and develop products to serve them. Responding to a bewildering array of ambiguous signals and sorting them from the surrounding noise requires a judicious balancing of speed and cautious exploration. Although these attributes are not the usual hallmark of large organizations, some vigilant firms have learned to be nimble and act faster than their rivals, building a stronger, more agile organization and an enhanced reputation for foresight and innovation, which in turn yield greater customer and shareholder value. In Chapter 1, we explain why there is less stability within the core of most organizations today, and greater uncertainty on the periphery. We share hard-earned lessons from our own experience, and that of others, as the basis for our approach to become vigilant. A pivotal lesson here is that being able to see sooner and act faster preserves more strategic degrees of freedom for leaders. When the digital fast-forward button has been pushed, few organizations can afford to wait to be sure they know exactly what is happening and then react. Waiting for the fog to lift typically produces inaction and eventually leaves an organization with few viable ways to respond. The graveyard of business history contains thousands of examples of slow and misguided actions from overly conservative leaders. Chapter 2 describes the 4 defining features of vigilant organizations: the stance of their leadership, how they approach strategy making, invest in foresight, and then ensure coordination and accountability. We use Adobe Inc.'s revitalization.